Okay guys, if I look like a literal, like, cat that was mauled, I am sorry. Sorry for the appearance. I just got home from school, took my pants off because it's literally so hot outside. I don't even know how hot. It's hot. Okay guys, so I was in school suspension today, and I was sitting there with no work to do because I'm a good kid, you know? Got good grades, I turned my stuff in. Most of the time do my homework. So I did the rest of the homework that I had, like some missing assignments, whatever. That was like 2 things, right? You know, I'm a good kid. I'm not here selling drugs at school, at the playground. So I sat down and I've been wanting in my head as I fall asleep at night, I think, like, what YouTube videos should I do? And yeah, this is a pretty goofy channel, but I was thinking I should do 17 things I learned at 17. So that's what I'm going to do. Wrote them down while I was in my little ISR, and it covers up a pretty decent amount of stuff. I jotted down 1 through 17 because I am 17 years old, lived 17 years on this earth. Sadly, just kidding. But yeah, my birthday is November 3rd, so it's coming up, and I'll be 18. So I just wanted to make this while I still have the inspiration to make this, because I know in a few weeks, days, I'm not going to want to do this. So I wrote down the big idea of what the first, second, third, fourth things were, and I wrote down like a little thing of how it corresponds to me, and I'll probably just go off on like tangents about it, but I have basically what I want to hit and point at in this video. Number 1 is forgiveness. This is something that I've learned not only when I was 17, but mainly that I've focused on and actually done myself, not just said. And I feel like if I mess up or if I hurt somebody's feelings or anything, it's my job to say that I'm sorry and ask for forgiveness. Whether they believe in forgiveness or apologies or anything like that is up to them, but for sure, on my part at least, I want somebody to forgive me and to have forgiveness. Hopefully that makes sense. You should always just be open to forgiveness. That's the big thing out of this. That's it. I did not need to talk that long about that. Okay, number 2 is thankfulness, or just being thankful in general. I don't know. I know for me, I love feeling appreciated and like somebody is thankful that I am even here, or just their friend or anything like that. And a lot of people don't say thank you, I've realized. Your friends are the ones who are going to give you your most advice and everything like that, and we need to learn to say thank you more. And that's for sure something I can even do more. But I do try to say thank you no matter what. If my mom brings up something for me upstairs, or my brother, or anything like that, I always just try to say thank you. And then number 3 kind of goes with that. It's just manners. Obviously, I learned manners when I was like 3, but okay, obviously I learned manners when I was very young, but the reason I'm bringing it up now that I'm 17, it's like people forgotten manners almost, and I am out with people a lot, or friends. I'm bringing up friends a lot, but I'm just trying to relate to 17-year-olds or like my peers in general. But I just feel like everybody forgets about manners, and that just kind of sucks. I would say, especially in like the dating scene, if you're going out to eat and you're going out and doing things, you really notice when people aren't saying please and thank you or stuff like that. And that's just a really big thing for me. For guys, so I just thought I would mention that, because I got any bays out there. Just kidding. And this is even pertaining to me, even though I may not always say please and thank you, or I may not always remember to say, hey, please hand me that, or just like, hey, give me that. It's just really important. So I wanted to note that one down. And then 4 is silence. And I don't really know what I meant by this. I can kind of explain it. But I think I just mean, like, there's times when all of us want to just jump to something and we want to put our word in and we want to talk and stuff like that, or we want to interrupt and things like that. And I just feel like silence sometimes can not get you out of problems, but maybe keep you out of problems. Sometimes when I hear something right away, I just want to act on it and talk on it and stuff like that. But usually you can just save your breath and be quiet, honestly. And then 5 is listening to those around you, or just being a good listener. It says, I've gotten myself into a handful of trouble by not listening. And this is really true. Anybody in my family who's watching this, you're probably laughing right now that I even acknowledge this. But it's true. Physically and emotionally, I've got myself into a lot of issues just by not listening. So I'm not going to touch much on that, but just I need to be a better listener, and I'm still learning how to be a better listener. 6 is tell the people that you love them. And this is like, although I don't have a ton of friends, the friends that I do have, I know they mean the world to me. I tell them I love them all the time. Whenever I see them, I want to hug them, and I want to be with them for as long as possible, and everything like that. I'm the first to give them compliments and try to just make their day better, keep their head up, and stuff like that. And I feel like a lot of friends, especially in high school, just don't do this or don't remember to do this. They turn away from that and more want to pick on their friends or like put their friends down, talk shit about their friends, just everything like that. And I hate that, and I have tried to never be about that, especially with the friends that I have now and I have kept. Yeah, just let all your friends know that you love them, and everybody around you that you love them. Number 7 is my favorite number, A. B, it's the biggest one and the one that portrays most to me right now in my life. And that is to slow down. I have learned to slow down. Following my 2 speeding tickets that I just recently acquired this year, it was the biggest smack in the face of a, like, omen? Yeah, is that the word? Yeah, of like an omen for me to just slow the fuck down. And that is literally and figuratively in every single way in my life. And after sadly it took 2 speeding tickets, to get me to realize that I'm going too fast in my life, I really am starting to understand this recently. And I just thought I would share that with all of you guys out there. Just don't rush things. Stop planning so far ahead. Not even planning like your future. I just mean like overthinking so far ahead. You need to really think about the now and what's happening now, maybe a day ahead. And I know people love planning and stuff like that, and it's not like I mean like, oh, don't plan next week or don't be organized. I play things by ear, and that kind of is moving fast paced, but it's more like stop focusing on like what if this happens next week, next month, blah blah blah. Like, you really just need to learn to slow down mentally, and obviously I need to learn to slow down on the road, but that's just a whole different issue. 8 is pay attention, and because I tend to be on the hyperactive side, as we all know, it's more pay attention to detail. It's not, oh, pay attention in class or stuff like that. Like, that is all very obvious, and I can work on that every single day, and there's ways for me to be able to do that. It's pay attention to just the people around you, pay attention to the situations around you. And I think this is really important, especially now, just in 2018 with everything that's going on. I wanted to put this one there for anybody who just doesn't pay attention, and I know that sounds like really dumb, but it's just pay attention to things around you, maybe be more keen to detail and stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of it for 8. The 9th thing I have learned out of my 17 years of living is this one says, stop giving a fuck. And that's very vulgar and straightforward, but my biggest pet peeve is just people who care too much. And I know this is like a huge thing, like, oh, I care too much, or I get my heart broken because I care too much. And it's not even like I mean that. Like, people who care too much about what they're doing, they overthink what they're doing, they overthink what other people are doing. Like, I hear girls all the time just talking mad shit about each other. And it's like, why are you talking shit about somebody? Like, why do you care that much to even comment? Like, that just drives me insane. When I'm sitting in a group of girls, and they're like, oh my god, Shelly was wearing purple, and she's dating this person, and she likes reading books. Like, why is her name coming out of your mouth? If you're acting like you don't like somebody, and you're talking shit about them, and you're dragging all this stuff into it, who are you to comment on what they're doing? And why are you commenting if you hate them so much? Why are you following their Instagrams and their Twitters? Why are you going through their stuff just to comment on it that you don't like what they're doing? And I don't know. This isn't even at anybody, so I don't want somebody to be like, you're throwing shade. Like, I just really don't enjoy hearing stuff like that. And if everybody would just stop giving a fuck, we would be fine. It's more just me trying to get at, like, you need to stop caring about your high school reputation and your teenager reputation. There's so much bigger things out there that you need to care about than who someone is dating or what somebody else got on a test. Okay. 10 is don't be afraid to grow and leave things behind. And I know a ton of people's biggest fears are losing friends. I know somebody doesn't just flat out say my biggest fear is losing a friend, but I know that is something a lot of people are insecure about and afraid of. But I wrote down, especially, I said, we need to start asking ourselves, why did this benefit me? Am I a better me? And I've seen so many girls, specifically, controlled by their friends, put down, dragged into bad situations, and I know that everybody thinks that their friends are out to do the best for them and all of this stuff, but it really needs to come down to, are you benefiting from any of this? Are you happier because of certain friends? You really should go through and analyze who you're spending your time with, and all of their energy and their vibrations are coming off on you. And if you're changing as a person and you're trying to grow and become a better person, make new things for yourself, and they're not coming along with that, they're not growing with you, you need to think if you want to leave them behind and grow without them. And that doesn't mean you need to hate the person and block each other on everything, or the friendship needs to go like into some huge spiral. It's more, if you're growing and people behind you aren't, it's okay to grow without them. And I have completely learned that, especially the last 2 years of high school. 11, I've just put boys don't matter. This is very out there, and I know all girls are going through a thing of boys suck, we don't need boys, fuck boys, all this stuff. That's just not what I mean by that. It's more to stop beating yourself up about a boy. And I've done this. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I haven't done this. It's more, I've learned it, and I'm able to put it down on a piece of paper and say, I have learned this by the age of 17. I'm just not going to put my whole entire life and everything that I'm doing on hold for a boy, with a boy, if it's bad. I'm not saying if it's some good situation, don't, meet in the middle and, compromise and do stuff like that. It's just, so many girls, I see them in bad relationships, and it's more keep your eyes open. I know this sounds awful, but there's other guys out there. Even if you think you are with the love of your life, still keep your eyes open. See, maybe there's somebody who will respect you more, who you will get along with better. And yeah, that's all I mean by that. It's just don't take it so seriously in high school, because I know I have literally thought relationships were the end of the world and I was not going to live another day without somebody. But yeah. 12, I put parents. Because everybody has different situations with parents, and I have learned it's more who you can go to, who you trust. And I feel like a lot of us are living with just our mom or just our dad, and it's more just appreciate that person that is with you. Get to know your aunts or your uncles, just supportive people around you who can be that for you. It's more just appreciate parents, or not even parents specifically, just the people around you that are helping you out and supporting you. 13 is knowing everything is going to be okay. I have gone through stages where I'm this is the end of the world. I can't live another day. I'm not going to be able to go to school the rest of my life. Just stupid stuff that I've put in my head. And I feel like I hope that I'm past that. And just everybody has something right now that they are stuck on. They think it's the end of the world. They're not going to be able to move on from it. Just something like that is what I was trying to get at. And I promise you, and I promise myself, it's going to be okay. Almost 99% of the time. But yeah. 14, I have don't get too comfortable. Because I've learned things don't stay around like you think they're going to. And then most of the time people just get bummed out about it. And I know this one's kind of sad, but it's set your expectations pretty low. I know this literally just sounds depressing, but if you set your expectations pretty low, let me say, going to school tomorrow. I'm setting my expectations pretty dang low because I don't really enjoy school and it's never really some amazing day. But if it does happen to be a little bit above average, I get an A on a test, somebody gives me a cookie at lunch, someone compliments my outfit. Already the day is going to seem so much better, and it's more having little things to look forward to in the day. I set reminders on my phone, you get to see Onyx in an hour. like my cat. Or just, you get to go home and watch YouTube. You can stop and get Smoothie King after school. And it gets me through the day so much better. Okay, to stay on topic, what I meant by don't get too comfortable is I try not to stay too attached to people. And again, this sounds just really sad, but it's not really supposed to be. It's just people come and go. Things come and go. Ideas come and go. I might think that something is going to happen, and it doesn't go how I planned it to be. And it's okay to be disappointed, but when I do set my expectations pretty low, I don't get as disappointed. I guess that's maybe like a cowardly way of me protecting myself. But for me, that's worked out, and especially like the little accomplishments in the day just seem that much better. 15, I have jealousy and confidence. I don't know what I mean by that. I think it's being able to not balance the two, but just not get jealous, like to a point where it's controlling things, I guess. To me, there's no need for jealousy in any type of relationship, if it's just between your parents and your siblings, your partner, your best friends. Like, if you're confident in your friendship with somebody and you know how they feel about you and how you feel about them, and you both have got each other's back, there's really no need to be jealous outside of that or outside of you two. And same with relationships. I feel like that's such a huge thing that just completely breaks people apart, is just jealousy. And combining with my next one, it's communication, so I'll move on to that. Basically, for communication, I feel communication, or lack thereof, just causes so many issues and arguments with any type of relationship, just like my previous one. It's just, I feel like no one knows how to communicate, or if they do, they're maybe going about it the wrong way. Instead, I think that instead of listening, analyzing, and talking or working something out, people tend to just completely go past that, and it goes into ignoring and then arguments. And I don't know, just communication is something huge, and that I've had to learn just growing up, because I have to communicate with my parents or my family or just everybody around me as I've been growing up or being raised. You have to communicate. And obviously with relationships that comes and you'll learn that. But I feel like if you know how to communicate with your family and the people close to you, it'll come, and you won't miss that step of like maturity, I guess. Because I feel like so many people think that they're so mature and so big, and they don't know how to communicate. So 17 is learn and accept your mistakes, because 17 has been mistake after mistake after mistake. But yeah, I said 17 has been a year of growth, improvement, and moving on from my mistakes. And I dislike using the word mistake because it does sound like everything about this has been negative, I suppose. But it's just not that. It's knowing that I made mistakes and being able to grow from them. Basically, I'm a teenager, I fuck up, but I have to be responsible for that. And there are tons of things that I do that are applaud-worthy and I can be proud of and other people can be proud of. But mistakes and learning from them and accepting them have been a huge part of this for me, and that's why I wanted to add that and speak on that as my last one. I know who I am. I can live with who I am. I'm proud of who I am. I love who I am. And yeah, moving on to the summer, I just want to be able to enjoy myself and my time as a 17-year-old, because 18 is soon to come. Although I am excited for another year of growth and accomplishment, it's also another year for me to make mistakes. But me now knowing how to learn from that and how I've dealt with my other situations is definitely going to help, and I feel like I'm on a good track. That sounds crazy to say because of what's been going on in my life lately. If you know me, you know it's just been crazy like the past few months for me, and although it is only May, it's just crazy. I'm sorry if any of this didn't make any sense, or if I wasn't able to like gather my words correctly. I don't really like sitting down and talking like this, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was something a little bit different. I'm going to try and have a vlog up as my next video because I like vlogging and I feel like everybody just likes vlogs. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something from this. Give it a thumbs up if you related with any of it or any of this opened your eyes at all, because that'd be really sweet. But yeah, that's it.
Every time I'm in the street, I hear yak, 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 yak.
Man down, where you from?